Guys, today we're going to be breaking down Alex Hormozi's $92 million funnel he used to scale Gymlaunch to, at its peak, was doing $4.4 million per month, which is about $52 million per year in sales. Absolutely insane. I'm going to be going over his Facebook ad strategy, his funnels, every single detail, his pricing strategy. So you do not want to miss this. It's going to be insanely valuable. Let's get into it. Okay, it only makes sense to go right back to the beginning and understand the three main ways he used to get a client. Now, what's interesting about this funnel is how simple it is. And it goes to show that you don't need fancy client acquisition, appointment setting strategies. You just need to keep it simple and do more of what works. So the main things he used was YouTube organic, Facebook ads, and then podcasts. Now, it's important to note that the consistency of all these worked really well. And if I had to guess, his thought process behind this was the following. So Facebook ads are insanely predictable and reliable, unlike YouTube. Now, the reason he was on YouTube and podcasts is to educate, nurture, and just warm up his leads a ton. Because I've taken sales calls from people who have watched my YouTube, and it's like there's no objections. It's the easiest thing ever to close. So by having the, just content out there that your viewer can get into your ecosystem and basically just, get to know you, enjoy your personality, whilst giving them tremendous value, which is what Hormozi does. And that's what he's known for, right? His just insane value that he gives out for free. So his sort of, mindset was just try to solve people's problems for free and let the reciprocity do the work. Now, all of these channels in combination, very simple, directed to this landing page right here. So it says 7 money models we use to scale gyms to over 100K per month like clockwork. Discover the best models for building a wildly profitable gym fast, even if you suck at sales. 106 pages worth of gym growth strategies. So you put your email in and you get started. You get access to all of this for completely free. So once again, it's a free lead magnet, which is the cheapest form of CPA, cost per acquisition, and cost per lead, basically. By far, you shouldn't be using your ads and sending them to a like a scheduling to get a booked call. You should simply just be trying to get them to a landing page and giving them something for free. It could be a free training, a video. It could be a free webinar. It could be, a lead magnet like explained here. But even if you were just to run ads to a scheduling page like Calendly or your VSL with a video on and book a call, it's unlikely, it's going to be hard to close. So a free lead magnet is the cheapest form of getting leads. And he also did this in his YouTube and Facebook and podcasts. So, and they kind of act as a feedback loop as well. One more thing, Facebook ads, they act as an amplifier to these platforms. And his just omnipresence of all platforms was amazing. So that's that. Also, it's just insane value. So you get all of this for free. Who wouldn't take you up on that? And then you can do email marketing. You can basically, you can nurture these leads with the email. You can even, in the email newsletter, you can even put your YouTube videos so they go watch your YouTube and get warmed up even more. But what's also interesting is this was another landing page, and the amount of social proof he had was ridiculous. As you can see, it just goes on and on. Like, who wouldn't trust this guy? But in a minute, I'm going to be breaking down his exact Facebook ads and how he did that. Because that's very interesting, and his ad set you can't actually see on the internet anymore. So I've had to do some digging to find this, so definitely keep watching so I can show you his exact ads and break them down. So upon using these 3 channels, getting to a landing page, once they do this, you basically fill out an application form. Now, this is not the exact form, I just had to find an example, but one thing that's important, is he kind of uses this authority kind of trick where instead of just booking a call, you have to apply to work with Alex. You can't just work with him. He only takes on a small contingent of gyms. Now, he did scale to over I think he was working with 3,000 gyms, which is nuts. But yeah, the fact that you have to apply to work with him, it makes it seem secluded and curiosity is basically the best way I can describe it. Now, upon doing that, you basically then do a landing page, a scheduling page, and then once you book a call with him or with his team, obviously not him, but once you book a call with his team, you basically get sent into a free Facebook group, which is really interesting because once again, you get into a community, they flood you with social proof, flood you with content, so you're even more warmed up. Then you get on the call. Actually, no, sorry. Then his team, he would basically have, maybe triage callers who would qualify the leads, and then you would hop on the call. Now, this is probably to identify if you are an SQL, which is a sales qualified lead, because once again, he's working with the best gyms. He doesn't want any unqualified leads, so his team would basically just do some inbound calls to make sure he's a sales qualified lead or her, and then get them on a call, and then they buy. Now, in terms of the pricing strategy Hormozi used to scale Gymlaunch to that like ridiculous $100 million or whatever it was very interesting and something I don't see too much of. So he didn't just go with a regular retainer. What he did right was he basically said the price, or the investment rather, is 1K today. And then what he would do is he would let his team and media buyers run the Facebook ads for 14 days, probably just to get cash to the gym owner so they can afford the next weekly installments, which is absolutely nuts because it was 15 weekly payments of $1,000. So in total, his pricing strategy right was $16,000. But it's a really interesting way of going about this because most people would just do 1K a month. However, he decided to get them to invest 1K, which isn't a lot of money, but then let his team run ads because he knew he had the best talent around, which even he says one of the benefits of growing his YouTube and personal brands was the fact that not only does it get him clients, not only does it nurture and educate and get his audience to like him and have the reciprocity, but to actually attract really good talent, which is something not many people think about when building their personal brands. So he knew that if he can just run Facebook ads for these gyms in 14 days, they're going to get an insane return on investment and be able to pay the weekly installments of 1K. So very interesting and something I haven't actually seen too often before, which is really nice and refreshing. But now let's get into the actual ads he used to get the attention to the landing pages, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it run. I basically got two here. So as you can see, two different ads, which you can't really find anywhere on the internet. So yeah, you're lucky, but I'm just going to let it run and I'll basically then break it down. Okay, so that was the first ad, and it was basically 37 seconds long, which is a really nice length, to be honest. It's not too long, it's not too short. And let me break this down. So you'll notice that at the beginning of his hook, right, which is the first 2 seconds, 1 second of your ad, which is by far the most important. And what he did every single time was he called out his ICP, his ideal client profile. Now, for example, he says, if you're a gym owner and you make over 300K per month, or was it 300K per year? No, 300K per year, you're going to want to hear this. You got to think from the viewer's mind, right? If I was a gym owner doing 300K per year, I would probably listen to that. I would be curious to what he has to say. And what he does next is build trust by basically removing all the other people who aren't good at what they do by saying this. So he's digging into a pain point where most gym owners are probably like, yeah, I get that all the time. People trying to cold email me, people trying to do this, and they've not actually done it themselves. Whereas he's basically worked in his own gyms. He's scaled his own gyms. So that is a reason why you should listen to him. And that's what he's saying. He's basically giving the audience, and you need to do this if you run ads as well, is giving the audience a reason to listen to him, basically. So he's basically trying to get as much resonance as possible with the gym owner. He's pushing this video to, by saying, look, I was in the exact same position. I know how it feels. I've ran a gym before. Don't listen to these other people who haven't even done run a gym before. So he's it is smart, but he's just trying to resonate and build as much trust with the viewer as possible. Social proof, here we go. So there's the absolute crazy offer, and that's the reason he put $100 million offers out, because that's nuts. He basically said you can start for $1, get the free lead magnet, the book or whatever it is. You'll notice that a lot of these big players who were doing like $1 million a month plus, they all have books, because it's the perfect. Because you can't just run Facebook ads and expect someone to buy a 16K product. It's impossible. You have to send them to something like, a free training, a free book, or $1 book. They read that, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said that he split tested running Facebook ads to a booking page where the people just maybe watch a free training and then book a call, compared to if someone had watched the ad, actually bought their book, read the book, and then jumped on a call. There was an increase in 400% conversion rate, which is nuts. So that's why all these big guys create books, because it's the perfect lead magnet. So yeah, he said, start for $1, I'll give you some, all the information. And if you don't make an additional $60,000 a year in revenue, we'll give you your money back. Crazy. Who wouldn't want to click on that? So now let's go over the second ad. I'll just let it run and we'll cover the same thing basically. Okay, so once again, he's doing something smart. He calls out his audience. If you're a stable gym owner doing over 300K per year, call up. Yeah, once again, very similar to the first ad. He does this every single time, and you should do it too. What's also interesting is in the background, he's actually in a gym, something which most people don't do. There's a cognitive bias called the mere exposure effect, and it basically states that humans like other humans who are similar to them. So if he's in a gym, it's going to build the trust. It's going to make the viewer who's a gym owner relate to him more because he's in the same environment as the gym owner, basically. Calling out where the potential viewer is and where they want to be. So if you're a gym owner doing 300K a year and you want to get to over $1 million a year, listen up. Yeah, social proof. He says we've helped over 80 gyms. Do what you want to do. We've helped 70 or 80 to 100 do what you want to do, get to that $1 million plus per year. So very powerful. He's got the social proof. Yeah. Once again, start for $1. It's an insane offer, and he does the same thing, right? Of an increase of 60K in the first year. And we give you $1 back. So it's risk-free, gets people a ton of traffic to that landing page, and then he has the systems in place for when they sign up using their email. He can do email marketing. He can, get them to his YouTube. He can, they're in his ecosystem basically. And Hormozi did actually say one thing that helped him massively was this was like 2016, 2015 Facebook ads, which if you don't know what that was like, it was basically like the easiest thing ever. You didn't really need to know that much about ads. You just needed to press some buttons, and the cost per lead, cost per acquisition was so cheap back then. So he did say that helped massively because he was pretty much the only authority of like a gym agency back then doing this. So now it's a bit more competitive, so you have to get a bit innovative and creative. So that's one thing to note. But yeah, I mean, you definitely should have found this video valuable if you're thinking about running ads. you should now know that the cheapest form of getting leads is to basically send them to a free lead magnet on a landing page, and then you can do email marketing, SMS to warm them up and get them on a booked call. But yeah, hopefully you found this video valuable. If you did, just hit the like button and comment, and all I ask is that you subscribe. I think about 60 or 70% of you who watch my channel aren't subscribed, which hurts me deep inside, and I'm trying to get to 10k subs. So yeah, if you did find this video helpful in any way, shape or form, just hit the subscribe button. That's all I ask. I'm not going to sell you anything. And I promise by doing that, I can make this channel even better, make better content, more value, and push it to you. So yeah, obviously I've got other videos, check them out, and follow me on Instagram if you want even more free value. So yeah, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.